Welcome back to the channel, guys. Bad Influence 2020 build series. Here's what we've been working on this week. Al has been working pretty much every day and night on the car, and he finished. We'll walk right past him over here. Hey there, Pop.
How you doing?
Finished up this driver's door with the window. We already made the quarter window, but we took that out. So everything on here opens nice and smooth, takes and closes up. We got the new trim in, but like I said before, these are just taped in temporarily. On the front side, let's walk back over here. Al's gonna talk about what's going on up here. He's working on the windshield mount. If you saw in an earlier episode, we had to cut that off. We welded it back on, and you are now making a notch for it, or exactly what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm actually making the window, the front windshield frame for this. Knowing that we have to notch this piece out in order to fit the engine or be able to take the engine in and out without having to do a bunch of other stuff. We're going to build the frame so it comes underneath here, gets notched out, gets in here.
So basically the bottom of the window is going to come over, up, like that, and just have a big notch in it. And you're just building the frame for underneath it right now.
Just building the frame for underneath of it right now, and then I'm going to put the bars and fill it in with all the sheet metal. And
then when you're done with that, then I see the dash is sitting in there?
Yep, that'll be next.
Okay, so then that's actually a 2010 to 2015 Camaro fiberglass replica dash. So it'll actually look like that, and then we use a race pack. I believe it's a UDX dash that we have in there. So that way it has everything all on there at once. So our mail time this week is a little quicker and easier, but we've shown before we've got new Sanders wheels. These are Sanders 15 diameter, 16 deep on there with a 1-inch offset. So our backspacer, we figured it out in metric the other day. One sec, metric, it is a, what's it, a positive?
176.
It's a positive or negative? It's a 176 millimeter positive offset. How about that for all you metric guys out there? But what we did get is also the front wheels. So we are going to be running the Billet Specialties wheels on there to kind of match that. Both kind of a 5-spoke style on there. We run a 15-inch front wheel. We've always kind of run a 15. We've looked at a 17, and we've talked to some of the Pro Stock guys. And Pro Stock, they run a 15-inch. They said it gives them better traction or steering going down track.
Better control down track.
Yeah, so we kind of went with that. But we've also talked to Pro Mod guys that run a 17 and we go 250 on it. So, you know, we just said we're just going to run the 15 on there. It's what we've done, and we'll just stick to that. But
and I'm cheap because the 17-inch wheels are about double what the 15s are.
Okay, so there we go. Dad's also cheap and wanted to save some money. So, but there's the wheels that we're going to be running. What we have here is this is the driver's side turbo manifold. We're finishing it up. This is the last one. We already did the other. So we are running a log style manifold where they're all coming in. We have the rear feeding in. This is the last piece that I've been working on, and it's been giving me just hell. So I decided to grab the camera instead. So we're gonna have this one done here pretty soon. We'll take and we'll show everything on here. I'll probably have a picture up by the time it's done. So hey, Greg, insert picture here. Anyways, so we've got that, but let's take a look over here. Al's taking measurements on stuff. We've got, this is the one that is done. So this one is done. As you can see, they're all coming in. They feed forward on here. These are 2.5-inch primaries. And feeding in, this is a 2.5 to 3.5 collector or expander or reducer, whichever way you want to look at it. It goes from 2.5 to 3.5. And then a 3.5-inch log coming forward where we will run, let's get up in here, there we go, 3.5 over into here. This is a 4-inch inlet, and we'll have 3.5 coming across, so we're going to build a custom Y pipe for this as well. Good morning, everyone. So today I am finishing or attempting to finish our hot side of the turbo kit here. I'm going to show you exactly what we've got, what we're working with, and what the plan is, and we're going to walk everybody through it as we build this. So let's take a look. As everybody can see, if you're new to the channel, this is a 526 cubic inch Hemi. It's an X-Top alcohol engine. Came from Wisconsin from one of our buddies. This is a precision turbo, 114 millimeter turbo. We have our turbo manifolds that you guys have seen. I was just talking about these here. So we've got the one there, the other here. It's a log style manifold. Go ahead, internet, all the haters out there, go ahead and tell me how this is never going to work and how I'm an idiot for doing it. So what we're going to be doing is we have to take our 3.5 from here, come up. This is a 4-inch inlet. Streetcar Fabrication actually got us this. This is their 4-inch to T6 adapter. I'll put their logo here. And they did a really good job. It's all CNC, stainless, everything like that. It's a really cool piece. Definitely take a look. I called them up, and he's like, heck yeah. He's like, I've seen your build. Let's get you hooked up with one of these. So they gave us a good deal on that. Definitely check them out. Anyways, so we're going to have 3.5 coming up into here, into the 4. And then we're going to take 3.5. We were going to try and bring it under here, but it's going to get really close to our oil pump. So we're going to take it, come like this. We're going to take it out around this and then over and then Y/T into over there. So that's our plan right now. So we're going to build the driver's side to come over first. That way we know where everything has to come in for the Y pipe. The passenger side, we kind of have a little bit of more of a straight shot. We have some options for that. So I want to see where the driver's side is going to come over and if we have to trim any pieces for that. So first thing we did is we took a little bit of a measurement around our steering shaft. What I try to do is I keep about a finger's width away from anything on there, just because these are going to hold some heat, and try to keep everything a little bit safer there. So we're going to get this tacked in a couple of places here, and then kind of work our way over. We got, as you saw, we tacked everything in here. We're coming across. Al showed up. He slept in this morning, which is fine. So when he got here, he said, hey, the idea you have, let's change it. So we actually had to build another 45. So we did a pie cut 45 right here. Sorry, Joe C. From Dieter's Custom Finishing. He hates pie cuts. So, but we did a pie cut 45, which is 2.5 degree cuts to get it to come over. So now we can come from here over to that, and then we're going to use our other 45 to then angle up to promote flow going in. So the next step is to get the crossover pipe over to our 4.5, and then start getting that in there, and then we will build the passenger side over there, coming up, and then build a custom merge into there, and then we'll worry about wastegates and everything after that. Okay, so we got these two tubes off of the car. This is the pipe coming up to the turbo on there. And part of the merge on there, we know we're going to have a tube. You can see here, we've outlined it here and we marked it. So we're going to go ahead and cut this and start the merge. So this tube is going to go right where our mark is, like that, and after we cut it. So we're going to go ahead, notch this, tack that in, and then bolt it up, and then see where everything lies. Oh, hey there. Anyways, so we've got the pipe that we just welded up and cut on the car right there. And so what we did is we wanted to start our Y pipe that we're going to have here, and then we can fit the last piece here. It's much easier to fit this piece here than it is to try to get everything there and fit the Y and everything all at the same time. So, all right, so we got our mid pipe done here. We got it tacked in place. We used our MIG welder on the car. It was much easier while holding that in. So we used the MIG welder, just tacked that in place, and now we have everything coming from the driver's side over to our turbo and the beginning of our Y pipe. So what we're going to do is weld this all up as one piece on there. That way if anything tries to move around or anything, we can correct that before we get the other piece on there. So I'm going to go ahead and weld this, and we're going to go ahead and just give you a short little montage.
We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage. Even Rocky had a montage.
Okay, welcome back. Nice montage there. So we have everything welded up, and I already put it back on the car. And the issue that we're going to have, or the next deal, as you can see, we have our passenger side coming from here into this monstrosity of a weld job and everything here. Yes, there's some weld stuff in here that needs to be cleaned up. Thank you very much, Internet, for telling me. I already know. So what we're going to do is take this piece here, and we're going to fit it in here, and to take up all the little slack and room and everything, and do that. We're gonna do that, okay? Make it so that way that's gonna have our Y, and then we're gonna fit the tube from the collector here to this piece here, and then we will have all of the hot side done, so we can do spinny whirly gig things. I got the last piece made in here. We're gonna have to make a patch panel for the top and bottom, just on the Ys when they come together. Sometimes there's a small piece there. I like to give it a little bit of extra on there. It will give a little bit of strength to it as well. So I'll show you that, exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull all of this off and then weld it over on the table. So there we are. So as you can see, I don't hide anything. We are gonna have to make a panel here out of stainless. This is all 304 stainless. So we're gonna take and we'll clean everything up here. We're gonna make a small one like that. That's gonna come in and go in that small triangle like that and be nice and smooth there. We're gonna take this whole thing off. It's all one piece that comes off there. Go get that welded, get the panel on there, and then we'll show you the finished product. And it is done. Take a look at this. We've got the hot side minus the wastegates. We have dual 60mm wastegates that's up to go on here, but we're going to plumb the actual exhaust with the bullhorns out first, and then we're going to tie the wastegates back into there. But otherwise, it's done. The Y is done. All of it's here. We got the manifolds done this weekend. We've got the crossover pipe up to the turbo. All of it's done. So here it is. Go boom. All right. So like we had said before, we had our manifolds. That is 2.5-inch primary to a 3.5 collector. Then we have 3.5 up into a 4 elbow feeding the T6 turbo on there. I said I was going to take this exhaust off, but I forgot to. I'm kind of in a hurry. My wife is at home sick, so I want to get home and take care of her, and she is requesting. Anybody else, their wife request ramen when they're sick? That's really weird, but hey, that's what she wants. That's what she gets. So then we have the driver's side manifold up forward. Like I said, we had to build a 45 down here, so we did build that out of 2. It is a straight cut piece that we cut at a 22.5 degree angle on both, weld together, boom, makes 45. So that comes back, and we did come back on purpose on there. As you can see, it has a slightly backwards angle on there. We did that so it would get a little bit better angle coming up and in on there. So the brake reservoir on here, we're actually going to be putting a remote mount kit that's going to come up here, and that way we don't melt anything on there. So that's something that's pretty cool. Stay tuned for that. And then if you saw the last episode, we put the cam back in this, so that way we didn't have this wide open. So we do have a new cam on the way from Jim Gray at Bullet. That's the correct size, specs, everything like that. And then he also changed, I believe he said he did a 4.7 swap on it. So it's going to have a 4.7 swap to help with the bearings, because this is a big stroke engine. This isn't the small stroke Hemi. This is the 4.5-inch stroke Hemi. So, but like I said, we were going to put a patch panel on here. We got the patch panel. Yes, I did use a little bit too much heat here because, like I said, I'm in a small hurry. Other than that, let's see. There it is. Everything's coming in. Nice, swooped in, out, like that. Now we just need to build the intake manifold. We are going to run a sheet metal intake carburetor, and then we can run all of our stuff down to the turbo. So, there we go. Hey guys, we appreciate everybody for watching, for subscribing, everything you do. We appreciate everybody. Like I said, we are getting closer to the 100 subscribers. When we do 100 subscribers, we're going to be giving away one of our Bad Influence hats, the I Am a Bad Influence. And we do have new shirts, hoodies, and everything like that being drawn up right now. I'm actually hoping to get the renderings back tonight when I go home and start editing all this. So we should have those. Those also are a I Am a Bad Influence front, and it's got a pretty cool back on there that you guys are probably going to like and maybe even laugh at. You know, I'm used to getting laughed at, so might as well poke fun at myself. So thank you, everybody. Hit the like, subscribe button, and we will catch you next time. Stay safe and have a great week.